Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a designer who's interested in sport through an unconventional lens. I like to work with bold visual design, incorporating type, illustration, and physical fabrication elements. Over the past semester, I've been creating outcomes that are based around the concept of sportswear, specifically the cultural, environmental, and social aspects. In the coming months, I want to shift my focus to a broader sport umbrella, still looking at sportswear when relevant, but taking the opportunity to study the more specific social elements involved in sports, i.e. age, gender, sexuality, race, class, and income. For example, I plan to create an outcome looking at the unconventional icons of sports throughout history, women and queer people who achieved things beyond other people's expectations, such as Billie Jean King, Diane Nyad, and Gareth Thomas, studying their achievements, their motivations and hurdles, and possibly how what they wore aided them in ascending to icon status. I chose to study sports because it is relevant to my future career hopes. I want to work in the sports or music industry, specifically designing promotional materials, merchandise, and/or apparel. I also want to portray a message that I feel strongly about, and that is fighting convention, being strong, and defying other people's expectations of you. Sports is a direct reflection of society in general, is still often very centred on heterosexual white males, an outdated attitude that needs to be highlighted and changed. My work for this semester is meant to be an inspiring message to those considered lesser than in society. I believe that the subject of sport is always relevant culturally, with the focus of societal minorities in sport being relevant today with the rise of social awareness and understanding. Sportswear too is culturally relevant due to the popularity of vintage and vintage-style sportswear. In terms of my design practice, the subject is relevant. I like to work with topics that have a strong personal message. Sports comes hand in hand with graphic design and is often bold, bright, illustrative and typographic. The inclusion of physical fabrication in my outcomes also lends itself to this subject naturally. Sportswear often involves printed graphics, embroidery, among others. Primarily, I want to use this opportunity to add strong, relevant outcomes to my portfolio. I also want to create outcomes that I am proud of and that reflect the message that I feel strongly about. I want to explore and improve upon my skills and knowledge in design and physical fabrication. I plan to research both my subject and designer inspiration thoroughly throughout this semester. So far in the previous months, I have done this by researching and referencing artists relevant to my outcomes, such as Laura Latinsky, the still life artist for my still life poster, and Phoebe Thornson's book, Signs and Windows, for my 200-page publication. I have also researched my subject by looking at 70s/80s sportswear media to inspire my own work. I will continue this method in the new semester and will also be taking time to research my subject through magazines, academic articles, and primary research such as interviews and image creation.